This playthrough is rated M for mature.
Commander? We've got company.
Have those sensors picked us up yet?
Well, stealth systems are engaged. Unless we get close enough for a visual, they won't have any idea we're here.
Picking up some strange readings from the planet's surface.
Take us down, Joker. Lock in on the coordinates.
Negative on that, Commander. The nearest landing zone's 2 clicks away.
We'll never make it in time on foot. Get us something closer.
There is nowhere closer. I've looked.
Drop us in the Mako.
You need at least 100 meters of open terrain to pull off a drop like that. The most I can find near Saren is 20.
20 meters? No way we can make a drop in there.
We have to try.
Find another landing zone!
There is no other landing zone!
The descent angle's too steep.
It's our only option.
It's not an option, it's a suicide run. We don't...
I can do it.
Joker,
I can do it.
gear up and head down to the Mako. Joker, drop us right on top of that bastard.
And that's why he's the best goddamn pilot in the solar system. Greetings and salutations, viewers. Vauldemare back here with another episode of Mass Effect. Into the finals we go. In the last episode, for those who watched it, we did the Paramour stuff, which obviously if you finalize a route with any of the characters, you get the Paramour achievement. I believe that's what it's called in this one anyway. And like I said before, I think Ashley's is my favorite, then Liara, then Kaiden. But like I said, that's more of a personal preference. But I liked all of them, you know. Ashley fighting for what she won and then found someone in Shepard, you know, had to bury the past of what her family had to go through. Liara, you know, becoming more accepting of humans, getting a little bit more outgoing and getting it through Shepard, whether male or female. And then Kaiden learning to you know, not always have to think analytically all the time, that sometimes from the heart is just as strong as through the head. You know, a good combination of it, and Shepard helped him through that. But anyway, we're on the descent to Ilos, so if Joker says he can get us down there to Saren, then he's going to get us down there to Saren. Now, the final bits of it are, there's the on-foot section, then there's a Mako section, and then another on-foot section, and then the final, like, encounter of the game, so to speak. For the most part, you are going to be fighting Geth. Like 90% of the people are going to be Geth, but the few physical units are going to be Krogan, just like every other time. So yeah, so you don't have to worry about. At least as far as I remember, there's no human units, there's no Turian units, there's no Solarian units, just Krogan and Geth for the most part. So, so it's best, obviously, if you don't have a tech person, make sure to take one with you. If you're not already a techie. If you're not like an engineer or infiltrator or sentinel, then obviously it would be highly suggested to take Garrus or Tali, which Tali really, I mean, in Mass Effect 1, Tali is probably the most effective character out of everyone just because of her hacking abilities and her electronics and sabotage and stuff like that. After that, it really kind of depends. Like Geth are, you know, susceptible to biotics, so if you yourself aren't a biotic, then Liara would be a really strong pick as well. Rex isn't too bad because of his combination of combat and biotics, but Liara with their singularity really can wreck house with I don't know if I've shown a lot of it on screen, but there's sometimes where I've been playing off screen and her biotics would just take out like 5 Geth like backed up, and you could just shoot them in the air if you max it out. Kaiden's not too bad either, but he's more pinpoint biotics, kind of like the same with Rex. They're more pinpoint for like single units, you know, for like dreadnoughts and stuff like that. Like Liara is good for groups. Ashley is just a good overall combat person, so you know, has different weapons, but there's not much else after that. You just hope the AI is accurate and will help you in a combat situation. On higher difficulties, she's very useful because of her, you know, she'll have more HP and everything like that. Since I'm playing the way I'm going to play, since I'm an adept, I'm going to go with my Bay right there, and you know, bestest girl, and well, actually Tali is probably technically bestest girl, but in this playthrough it's Ashley. So yeah, we're gonna go with our leading ladies here onto the planet. Let's hope Joker can do this.
moving inside now.
We have to get inside this bunker before Saren finds the conduit. There's no way we're getting past that door with brute force.
Saren found a way to open it. There must be some kind of security override somewhere in this complex.
We'll have to find some way to get it up and running again.
And yeah, no matter who you choose, most of the characters will get enough content. I strongly considered using Rex because usually he has the more entertaining dialogue out of all the characters in the game, but I just wanted to show who would make more sense to bring with him. Like I said, Rex would work. It's just, I mean, on higher difficulties, it seems to be better to bring like Tali and, oh yeah, I gotta show you my equipment brawl here. So got official gear maxed out for everyone, or at least as far as I can. The only thing I don't have is the best armor for him, but really all that would be slightly better. I think it's slightly better shields, and like just like a little bit better if I got the 10. So it's not a big deal that I don't have it. Savant ring with grenades are kind of really, I haven't really noticed any major things. Like obviously you might keep toxic if you get those, if you don't want to switch out your weapons and stuff like that. Maybe keep toxic for the thing. I just like just pure explosive damage personally, but to each their own. But you might want to use one of these just for the few Krogan units that might run across if you're not equipping Inferno armor. Depending on your unit, I'd probably suggest keeping the assault rifle for the most part. We're going to go ahead, since we're fighting mainly synthetics, we're going to do that. Although I'll keep a extra round for pistols there, and just, yeah, save that for like Krogan and stuff like that, so I can hit them with Inferno on that one. And then we've got Ashley and our Colossus, though it wouldn't be a bad idea to maybe, depending on how your situation is, maybe put her in the Predator armor because it's slightly better tech protection. Although, because I mean, obviously if she's a soldier and someone sabotages her, you know, although really all you have to do if you're sabotaged, just swap your weapons out, because it overheats that weapon. It doesn't overheat all your weapons. So, and she can always switch her armor out. So that's why I'm not too big on worrying about tech protection. Obviously, if she gets biotically hit with like one of the few Krogan, that might be annoying. But overall, oops, I didn't want to mix with that. Let's keep with the Colossus though, and I'm going to give her the combat exoskeleton to make up for that tech weakness, and damage protection. Although, I mean, kinetic exoskeleton wouldn't be bad, as well as medical exoskeleton. But the only reason I don't give her that is because she's really got very few abilities that really need cooldown, and she does have that ability that allows her to immediately reset her cooldowns if it really comes down to it. So we'll go with that. And then on the, yeah, give her tungsten rounds on her assault rifle, and then whatever you want to give on her secondary equipment. In this case, I'll just give her like sledgehammer rounds for a shotgun, and then I don't really care about, I'd rather just use the assault rifle than her pistol, so I'll ignore that. And then a sniper rifle, I usually tend to do like one-shot hits, so like yeah, explosive round, this will do like a ton of damage. Obviously it'll overheat your weapon, but usually you want her to swap it out in the most place. I'll probably leave her on her assault rifle for the most part. And then we got Tali and her Colossus X, which is the best armor for the game, bar none, no ifs, ands, or buts. Give her a medical exoskeleton so she can keep popping out those hacks and stuff like that. And then I usually either give her shield interface or energized plating, depending. I think I like her with just straight up pure shields, because she does have shield repair and stuff like that. So, and then since she can only use the pistol, go ahead and just give her whatever's best for straight up damage. And then I'm gonna give her tungsten rounds, because you want every character to have at least tungsten rounds at this part. So yeah, I gave her the Savant Omni tool as well, so she's beefed up and ready to go. Here, yeah, we'll max out her sniper ability so she can assassinate. And then, yeah, we'll max out Tali's shotgun so she can get carnage. Oh, right, I forgot she could also use, I almost forgot she could use, yeah, give her, yeah, I'll just give her, I'm not really going to have her really be doing too much in the way of damage. yeah, we'll do that and sledgehammer rounds. Also, although it wouldn't be a bad idea to give her high explosive rounds for her shotgun, just because if she uses Carnage while using the high explosive rounds, it doesn't overheat the weapon if you use Carnage to do that. So that might be a way to consider. You know what? Actually, we'll do that, and then we'll switch to it when we need to. Obviously, it'll overheat her weapon super fast, but you know. Okay, and then the journal we've got updated now that we've jumped onto Ilos. We now have Ilos, finding the conduit. Saren and his troops have disappeared in the sealed bunker beneath the surface of Ilos, sealing the doors behind him. You need to find a security control room to open the sealed doors leading into the underground archives. So yeah, this is the first section of the game, getting this dang door to open. So, oh yeah, and then I might do this over maybe the course of the mission, or maybe in between, like at the end of episode, I'll do a couple of codexes, because there's some we do learn over the course of this mission. So, you ladies have anything to say?
My people once tried to find this world. We'd hoped we could settle here, but we didn't know it would feel so unwelcome.
Yeah, it does feel a little, yeah, look at this place. I don't know, overgrown, like weird combination of tech and like, you know, plant life and stuff like that. Very creepy.
We shouldn't be here. Not us, not the Geth, not Saren.
Man, for such a young person, you're such a downer, Tali.
My people
Okay, she's repeating herself, so I guess only 2 lines of dialogue. That's appropriate. You don't have to give like tons and tons of lines of dialogue. If you get a handful, just to kind of grasp what the concept of the character thinks in the situation, that's good enough for me.
Let's just find the conduit and get the hell off this world.
Well, you're always straightforward, Ashley. That's why I like you.
I wouldn't touch anything.
Well, we have to. Otherwise, we're not going to get out of it. So, here's the map. So we need to find a couple switches. So looks like we got a whole section to explore. So let's. And obviously, if you're playing on Insanity mode, be careful. This is when Geth are at their strongest. So. And obviously, since I'm at max. Since I'm at, well, almost max level, got the best equipment in the game, I'm kind of not worried because I'm not playing Insanity mode. So, man, I really wish I had swapped to Insanity mode at this point. Yeah, we got a bunch of troopers. Obviously, plenty of cover, so always, like I said, if you're playing Insanity mode, probably immediately switch your characters to defensive cover mode, which is down on the directional button on your controller, or whatever you've set it to, anyway. But yeah, we got some armatures here, so... Oh, it looks like Tali already hacked them, so since I can't... Yeah, let's just overkill them so we can... And they're pretty easy to do. Well, you maybe want to step back just a little bit. Oh, I got hosed. I guess I was too close to the blast. Yeah, technically I shouldn't be like hanging out in the open. I should be like hitting it from afar, but like I said, I'm at max level and everything, so it's... Ooh. Yeah, this is what happens when you get hit with a full blast head on with one of those armature cannons. Usually they're pretty slow, but yeah, I guess I got too cocky. Oh well, because that Geth stuff. Yeah, luckily, as long as their body parts are out in the open, so yeah, not too bad. I mean, obviously, if you're playing the higher difficulties, then yeah, this can be a bit difficult. So yeah, we need to find a way to get past that bunker door. So. Let's get on down there. Find out what we can see. Hello. Yeah, this is why you want... Obviously, this is why you want decryption or electronics or whatever, so you can deal with the... oh, we gotta... Yeah, this part could be kind of dangerous. The area with the sapper or ghost, whatever you got there. Because then he could just snipe you and do like a ton of damage. Yeah, this whole area right here is a bit on the dangerous side. Do I want to try and... Yeah, I was about to say, if I can get them all bundled together. Uh-oh. Ah! Yeah, watch out for that laser beam of death. Where'd you go? Not bad, not bad. Ah! I almost kind of wish I did have the best gear in the game just to make it a bit more of a challenge. Then again, I did almost die to the armature there just a second ago, so you can die actually even on the casual modes if you're not really paying attention. You could die if you're just being kind of gung ho about it. I don't think there's really much in the way of around here. I think we just have to follow the lead. But anyway, let's oh, I should have omni-gelled it. Oh well. I forgot that's what I usually do all the time on these, so yeah, we'll keep those. At this point in the game, I've now started just starting to equip stuff to people's inventory just to leave it there permanently. Stuff that would be useful to them, and since we're at the end of the game with the 10 gear, so armature control, huh? Well, we did something, so it said control, so I'm assuming we're gonna take them over. Oh, there's a Geth drone, overload, or I forgot if sabotage works on it, but you know, overload it for shields and everything like that, or hack it if you've got a hack ready to go. Yeah, I definitely like the atmosphere of Ilos, just the creepiness factor of it. It's, you know, the area that definitely has a tie-in to the Protheans and possibly some weird relation to the Reapers. You think, oh, maybe this might have been some Prothean. Yeah, we don't need that. Don't need that. Don't need that. On gel. I mean, I could sell them. I spent a bunch of time off screen trying to see if I could get some good random drops from the Pinnacle Station stuff. That is probably one of the few things that sucks about losing the Pinnacle Station stuff for those who have the Legendary Edition, is you don't get access to the possibility of getting really good drops for in-game stuff. But even then, you know, as long as you know what you're doing, you should be fine. So, yeah, another... A switch there. We can't open the door. We need to find the switch to open the door. Actually, I think I'm going around in circles. Nope, nope. Not quite. Yeah, that'll take us to the next section right there as soon as we can find a way past it. But yeah, I like the music that's playing here. Just the atmosphere, the look of the place, because it's completely different from everywhere else we've been to, which I approve for a final area of the game. It definitely has to look different. Otherwise, it'd be boring. You know, and be like, oh, another reused asset area. Great, guys, thanks. You know, which unfortunately this game is chock full of. So, okay. Oh yeah, got little. Oh, that's its own little. Some areas just kind of look a little. You can actually get behind that. Huh? Not that there's anything there. I just I didn't know you could like walk like right behind the thing. Huh? You know, these kind of remind me of, I wonder if these are early Protheans, but they look kind of like the husks or whatever. Which, I think this area may or may not be, may not just kind of mess with canon in the third game because of what we learned there, but I'll just say that, actually that looks like the engineer from Aliens, actually. I wonder if that's kind of a reference to it or not. Okay, we got a new area around here. Yeah, a good place for a singularity. The only bad thing is it moves all the frickin' hiding spots, you know. So. Oh, there's a. Oh yeah, actually switch yourself to a sniper rifle. That's fine. Since I'm taking care of most of them anyway. So yeah, actually Garrus wouldn't be bad with a sniper rifle here too, just holding your back. Wait, don't I thought I gave Tally a. Oh no, I guess I didn't. Maybe it's on her shotgun. I gave it the. Huh. Okay. Well, I'll swap out. Let's swap out that with combat optics. I thought I put some with combat optics on, so, but I guess not. Oh, a door. There's a hidden door here. I think that, yeah, anyway. So let's keep going on before we check that, because I don't think we can do anything with that yet, just yet, anyway. Actually, let me see. No, we need another, oh, there it is. Okay. Well, I don't want to go down just yet, so I want to check the rest of this place out before we do that. I mean, we'll have to come back anyway, but, right, keep got some more sappers in a dangerous room if you're not careful, because you'll get sniped. But not too bad for tungsten ammo. And best weapon in the game. And there's another elevator here too. Yep, sure did. Alright. Let's see if there's anything else around here. I don't think there's any crates or anything like that. Yeah, you could get these guys from behind over there when we were fighting them earlier, but... Is there a reason? Oh, there's a crate over here, I was about to say. Nothing. Well, really, at this point of the game, I'm only doing this for experience, really. Or possibly a chance for money. But at this point, I really wouldn't... Because we're at the end game, you can't... There is no other shops to do. So I would just Omni-Gel everything at this point. If you don't need it, don't keep it in your inventory, if that makes sense. Just Omni-Gel it or toss it. Although I don't think you can officially toss anything. I think you have to either sell it or... Because this game doesn't have a drop function in it. So, oh yeah, I did the glitch again where it keeps me in combat mode, so... Yeah, this takes us up to that little... little area over here where the guys were sniping us right over there, so... Yeah, the only reason I go up here is to either take them out if you're having trouble for some reason, or to get this crate. Yeah, come on. Actually, can I just drop down? No. This game doesn't have, like... Actually, I don't even think in the later games do they add the... Oh yeah, the people here, they do kind of look Cthulhian. Or those are supposed to be tubes in their faces, one of the two, so... Tube in the face.
Feels like we're being watched, and not by the Geth.
Oh, I didn't know she had some extra dialogue. I guess it must be depends on the area I'm in now.
Let's just find the conduit and get the hell off this world.
We shouldn't be here.
Okay. Maybe it was that area or something like that, but...
Not the Geth, not Saren.
Well, usually you only have to talk to them in very major areas, not every single little section. So... Alright, anyway, let's go to the elevator here, because this is actually where we need to go. I think there's also... I thought there was another thing, like, way back here, but we actually can get back there another way, so... Yeah, Jack Hall definitely did a good job with the soundtrack of this game, especially this part here. It's definitely... I mean, obviously most of the music in this game is definitely atmospheric, more than, like, old other video games where... You know, it's supposed to be like catchy or whatever.
Power. It must be running off its own generator.
I bet this is the command center for the entire complex. Saren's troops must have sealed the doors from here after he went inside. We'll have to figure out how to disengage the security lockdown if we ever want to get inside that bunker.
Well, I'm glad to have you, Tali. You're the tech expert.
My people once tried to find this world.
I was just saying there's a...
We could settle here. We didn't know
new dialogue if you go into this little area here. The Armature Bay.
So unwelcome.
Which we already unlocked it earlier.
I wouldn't touch anything.
Okay. Just seeing if they had any dialogue here. Because unfortunately the game stopped, after a while the game stopped doing the huh thing, where it tells you that you can talk to them, so... Uh-oh, combat. Except we have the combat optics, so we can... Yep, here we got I think there's a... I thought there was like some snipers or some of that around here as well. Oh, they threw a bomb as well. Okay, so I think you can. Well, anyway, let me take care of you guys. This would be a good spot for something. Oops. Actually, let me show you what happens if you throw them while they're singularity'd. Oh wow, they went through our shields. Probably because of the bomb that they... Yeah, enemies actually can use grenades. It just never becomes as big of a issue as a... Oh, actually, can I lift you? I was actually trying to lift the Geth Prime, but whatever. I guess I used I used the hack on the wrong character, but oh well. Oh, there's someone behind us. Oh, it must be up in the next. Is that where one of the ghosts or sappers went to? Okay. Anyway, not too. That could be a dangerous area on the harder difficulties, but nothing we can't handle. We have the right group anyway. But you could easily repair a station, huh? Armature hacked. Yeah, you can actually hack them to help you with this section, but yeah, I already killed everyone, so. Oh well, I'm gonna just do it anyway because you get experience for activating the armatures. That's another way to survive this, well, deadly encounter, quote unquote, is to fix them. And I think the only way you can fix them is by unlocking the armature bay up on top, but I could be wrong. There are little details about this area I don't quite remember as well. We're actually supposed to go up here, but there's a little error. But we can't click it yet. So yeah, we need to do what we can here before we continue on. So, which actually takes us to the other. Like I said before, it actually takes us to the back to where we started at. So that way you don't have to do much backtracking, which is nice actually. A lot of games make you backtrack and all this, but this one gives you a reason, or gives you a way to go back to just through it naturally instead of like weirdly so. So yeah, more Omnigel. Yeah, not quite max Omnigel. I think you can still Omnigel stuff even if even if you're maxed out, you just don't get the Omnigel. But yep, more experience. Hey, it's free experience. Get it while you can. Yeah. I wonder if the idea is supposed to like run towards those, especially in the higher difficulties. Maybe if you're a soldier class, just like you know, immunity up and then run and activate them so they can help you keep your, you know, put your characters into cover mode. Actually, this would be a pretty good spot too. But I took them out so quickly because of my levels and armor that I didn't even have to do that. So yeah, I'm strongly suggesting if I end up doing Mass Effect 2, I might end up doing Insanity Mode on that one just to show you the difficulty in that game. How I can't just be talking crap how easy the game is when, you know, the game is tough on Insanity Mode, especially Mass Effect 2. Although weirdly the difficulty kind of slightly changes depending on if you start the game from scratch or if you make a new character. Same with this game actually. Although with this game, to get on Insanity Mode, you have to do hardcore. I think it's called hardcore. You have to do hardcore first, and then it unlocks Insanity Mode. So you don't get Insanity Mode like right at the beginning.
Feels like we're being watched. Not by
Yeah, that line again. So keep thinking Tali's gonna have some new lines, but nope.
Come on. Saren's already got a head start. We have to go find him before he reaches the conduit.
Unless he's already found it. Then we're just walking into a trap.
That's a chance we'll have to take.
Hold on. Something's happening.
Too late. Unable to... Invading fleets. No escape.
Sounds like some kind of message, but I don't recognize the language.
It's probably in Prothean. This recording must be 50,000 years old. No wonder we can't understand it.
Huh. Well, I understood it, so maybe... Oh, I bet I know why. It's our connection to the conduit and that beacon that we hit like a long time ago. Can't understand it? I understand it. It's a warning. Did they also already explain that? Oh, no, that was a warning. Yeah, a warning message that Liara told us about, so it's a warning.
The message is all broken up, but I recognize some of the words. It's a warning against the Reaper invasion.
Incredible. The cipher must have transferred an understanding of the Prothean language into your mind.
Not safe. Seek refuge inside the archives.
What's it saying? Can you make out anything useful?
Vault Reapers. The Citadel. Overwhelmed. Only hope.
Act of desperation. The conduit. All is lost.
All is lost, huh? Sounds bad. It's not clear. I'm only getting small bits. It's too damaged.
It said something about the conduit, but it's too degraded to help. We should go.
Cannot be stopped. Cannot be stopped.
Actually, the voice actor for the hologram sounds very familiar. Sounds like oh, I'm trying to remember his name. I think he's like a like a British actor or something like that. He was in like Time Bandits and places like that, but I cannot recall for the life of me his name. It probably isn't him, but it sounds like him. That's all. I was just seeing if there's anything up there. I didn't believe there was. So. Nope, no new dialogue. Okay. All right. Sorry, I was just trying to check things. Jeez. I think what would have been dickish is the game reset the enemies as soon as you did that, but nope. Oh well. Yeah, I should have tried unlocking those armatures, but I think you get reduced experience if they destroy them for you. So. Yep, and now this door opens now that we press that switch, so now we can go the fast way. So. Yeah, more loading screens. Oh well. Yeah, too bad this game doesn't have, or too bad this elevator doesn't have elevator music. I wonder what Prothean elevator music would have sounded like. Probably not too dissimilar from ours. So. But yeah, if we look at the map, we are back here. Yeah, so we don't have to. So make sure, that's usually why it's a good idea to do like a good once over on the way there. I probably missed like a crate or two. I won't be surprised. That always happens when I replay these games. But yeah, it's always best to go once over and then follow it, and then you get kicked right back to here. So anyway, okay, another pulse rifle. Man, I'm just getting those dropped all over the place. All right, anyway, after we talked to that thing, the security system is disabled. Return to your vehicle and follow Saren into the underground archives. We're not quite in the full Mako section. There is a full Mako section, but we're kind of getting in the combo section where you get a bit of Mako action, but also some on-foot stuff as well. Yeah, we're getting close to the epic ending part of this, but not quite yet. Not quite yet.
Good idea. The firepower will come in handy.
I don't even think you can get far into that without the Mako, though. I think you have to take it, because otherwise it would take for freaking ever. I wouldn't want to. I mean, as much as I like this game, I don't want to take like, forever in this small section.
I thought Saren would have set some kind of trap or ambush for us. They must have been in too much of a hurry.
Or we just haven't run into it yet.
Huh? What are all these? They look like in certain libraries or some of that stacks of books, or like future libraries where they have like sets of information. Or I think Futurama had a thing where old people were put to and suspend animation in here. So, ooh, maybe. Very cool. But yeah, well, they'll explain what it is here in a second, but not too far off the mark. And more of just an embrace. I don't think you can explore I don't think you could get the Mako over certain obstacles to explore further. Obviously, it'd stop you, of course, but it's all about atmosphere. Oh, the atmosphere! Oh, I can't believe I can't believe I got stuck there.
Things on the wall. Some kind of containers?
They look like stasis pods. The Protheans probably tried to keep themselves alive through cryogenic freezing. Something must have gone wrong, though.
Oh, sorry about that. Yeah, something must have gone wrong. I was purposely slowing down to get the, but I guess I unfortunately unlocked the combat section, so sorry about that. I think there might have been like another line of dialogue afterwards. I think. God, I kept running into the freaking missiles. I'm trying to see if I can get. I don't think I'm gonna hit max level, unfortunately. I'm probably gonna hit maybe like 58 by the end of the game, but I was hoping I'd get close. I think it is possible if you get really lucky to hit max level the first time through, but even with the bonuses, it's possible not to. But, which once makes you want to do a second playthrough. So next time they start talking, I'm gonna stop and just sit there and let it finish, because you know how big I am about getting quotes and commentary and stuff like that from the characters. So almost like a force field of some sort. How are we gonna get past that?
What's happening?
It's a trap. Saren must have set an ambush.
I don't think Saren's behind this.
Oh yeah, it is on both sides. So, well, we've only got one place to go, into the creepy doorway there. I don't think anything No, nothing happens there. Huh, is that the menu music? I think it is. Yeah, a little nice callback there, so. Well, let's see where this place wants us to go. Yeah, it doesn't seem like a trap from Saren, weirdly enough. You think, oh. Wow, look how many those pods are and how many levels there are. I wonder if this is the whole planet.
If this were simply an automated trap, Saren would have triggered it. What do you think this is?
I'm not putting faith in anybody being on our side.
Not anymore. Aren't you the big faith girl, Ashley?
Let's just find the conduit and get the hell
I was just
out of
hoping
this
you have new
world.
dialogue for this section or not.
We shouldn't be here.
Okay, fine. This is what I get for checking every other second.
Not Saren.
Yeah, I wonder if this whole planet is a holder for all these stasis pods. Vigil, huh?
You are not Prothean, but you are not machine either. This eventuality was one of many that was anticipated. This is why we sent our warning through the beacons.
Looks like some kind of VI program. Pretty badly damaged.
I do not sense the taint of indoctrination upon any of you. Unlike the other that passed recently, perhaps there is still hope.
Wait a minute. How come I can understand you? Why aren't you speaking the Prothean language?
I have been monitoring your communications since you arrived at this facility. I have translated my output into a format you will comprehend. My name is Vigil. You are safe here for the moment, but that is likely to change. Soon, nowhere will be safe.
No one will be nowhere. Oh, I was like, nowhere. One will be safe, but yeah, I like this part because it actually has a different dynamic camera angle other than the static look at you while you're talking type of thing, which I don't mind it. It's just I like when they change up the cameras every once in a while, so it's not just the same thing every time. So, what do you want? Get to the point. I don't have time for this. If you just want to skip all this, so what are you?
Are you some kind of artificial intelligence program?
I am an advanced non-organic analysis system with personality imprints from Kesad Aishan, Chief Overseer of the Ilos Research Facility.
Oh, well, what do you? Yeah, I don't have time for this. We got to stop Saren and the Reapers, or from somehow helping the Reapers. I don't know.
Saren could be at the conduit right now. We have to go.
You seek to end a cycle that has continued for millions of years. To stop it, you must first understand it, or you will make the same mistakes we did. The Citadel is the heart of your civilization and the seat of government, as it was with us, and as it has been with every civilization that came before us. But the Citadel is a trap. The station is actually an enormous mass relay, one that links to dark space, the empty void beyond the galaxy's horizon. When the Citadel relay is activated, the Reapers will pour through, and all you know will be destroyed.
Oh man, the big twist of the game. I mean, they talked about earlier when Sovereign said your technology is based on what we set you on the path, but then another big twist is finding out that the Citadel itself is actually just a massive, you know, that whole symbol in the middle of the lake or whatever. Yeah, that's supposed to be a clue that you kind of get an idea that this is not a fake. It's not a fake symbol. It's an actual relay. So it's supposed to, yeah, summon the Reapers and bring them to the galaxy just to wipe us all out. So as soon as they find a way to activate it, boom, we're dead. So I kind of had an inkling that was what the case was, but still, this scene where, you know, like typical movies where the game basically tells you what the point was and everything like that. You know, sometimes it feels kind of marmy when you are told the plot straight up without really figuring it out, but yeah, sometimes you gotta have it, especially with well, I don't know if it's a complicated, more stories with a lot of, you know, little pieces going on here, but yeah, that's the big twist, folks. So that's how the Reapers are gonna destroy us, or at least not this way anyway. We won't stand a chance. Saren's gonna activate the perfect trap. With the Reapers activated their trap card. Citadel's really?
How come nobody ever noticed the Citadel was an inactive mass relay?
The Reapers are careful to keep the greatest secrets of the Citadel hidden. That is why they created a species of seemingly benign organic caretakers. The Keepers maintain the station's most basic functions. They enable any species that discovers the Citadel to use it without fully understanding the technology. Reliance on the Keepers ensures no other species will ever discover the Citadel's true nature. Not until the relay is activated and the Reapers invade.
Yeah, so it's almost on a part of like the Citadel, like people who take it just like they take the helpful creatures advantage, and it becomes their detriment because they don't even. You think someone would get curious, which someone did, but then the council was stupid to make a law where they don't mess with the keepers because they stopped working, so they don't want the easy flow of society and work to stop because someone was curious about them. So, but yeah, the keepers are just created by the Reapers to keep the Citadel working and keep whoever's there to not question any of the details about it. I think they explained in the second or third game who the keepers might be, and not just some straight up created creature or race that was created by them. But maybe I'll leave that for the second game. But anyway, Reapers in dark space.
How do the Reapers survive out in dark space?
We have only theories. The researchers here came to believe the Reapers enter prolonged states of inactivity to conserve energy. This allows them to survive the thousands and thousands of years it takes for organic civilization to rebuild itself. But in this state, they are vulnerable. By retreating beyond the edges of the galaxy, they ensure no one will accidentally discover them. They keep their existence hidden until the Citadel relay is activated.
Yep, and then they pop in like a goddamn jack-in-the-box. Yeah, the perfect trap.
The Reapers can wipe out the Council and the entire Citadel fleet in a single surprise attack.
That was our fate. Our leaders were dead before we even realized we were under attack. The Reapers seized control of the Citadel, and through it, the mass relays. Communication and transportation across our empire were crippled. Each star system was isolated, cut off from the others. Easy prey for the Reaper fleets. Over the next decades, the Reapers systematically obliterated our people. World by world, system by system, they methodically wiped us out.
Yeah, it's creepy to think about it. Like, and there's nothing they could do. The Reapers were so powerful at that point. The resources were so low. No matter how much like chutzpah or whatever they had, they were all doomed to extinction. I'm surprised. I guess the Reapers had plenty of time, so they would have methodically just gone through every planet to make sure everyone was wiped out. They wouldn't have been like humans or whatever, where they just assumed everyone was dead. They probably, as so much time passed, they probably just either waited for old age or just like, sent people or creatures or whatever down to each planet just to make sure everyone was dead. So it was just a matter of time. It's kind of like they're calling like flying Terminators or something like that. Creepy. All of you didn't surrender.
The war was lost. If you had surrendered, they might have let you live.
No offer of surrender was ever given. Our enemy had a single goal: the extinction of all advanced organic life. Through the Citadel, the Reapers had access to all our records, maps, census data. Information is power, and they knew everything about us. Their fleets advanced across every settled region of the galaxy. Some worlds were utterly destroyed. Others were conquered, their populations enslaved. These indoctrinated servants became sleeper agents under Reaper control. Taken in as refugees by other Protheans, they betrayed them to the machines. Within a few centuries, the Reapers had killed or enslaved every Prothean in the galaxy. They were relentless, brutal, and absolutely thorough.
Yeah, just like I said earlier, so, man, scary. Why did the Reapers leave? Why did they do this? How can I stop them? Why did they do this?
What did the Reapers get out of this? Why do they keep repeating this pattern of genocide over and over?
The Reapers are alien, unknowable. Perhaps they need slaves or resources. More likely they are driven by motives and goals organic beings cannot hope to comprehend. In the end, what does it matter? Your survival depends on stopping them, not in understanding them.
Yeah, this is why Saren's wrong. Saren is obviously, other than being indoctrinated, he really believes that he can convince these people to let us survive. And no, this, I mean, we've known this before, but Vigil and others are just like, no, it's like I said, they're like Terminators. They don't think, they just act, they want to kill us. That's all there is. I forgot what the line that Michael Bihn's character says, well, not Michael Biehn, what am I thinking? Anyway, in Terminator, what he says, why the Reapers leave?
I don't understand. Where did the Reapers go after they conquered your people?
Our worlds were stripped bare. harvested by the indoctrinated slaves. Everything of value, all resources, all technology was taken. Certain that all advanced organic life had been extinguished, the Reapers retreated back through the Citadel relay into dark space, sealing it behind them. All evidence of the Reaper invasion had been wiped away. Only their indoctrinated slaves were left behind, abandoned. Mindless husks, no longer capable of independent thought, the indoctrinated soon starved or died of exposure. The genocide of the Protheans was complete.
Well, obviously the Protheans were able to like hide like messages and stuff like that away from the Reapers somehow, some way. Maybe stuff that wasn't in records or something like that, or the Reapers weren't as thorough as they thought, or yeah, I don't know if they truly explain how they were able to hide messages away with how thorough the Reapers are. And like I said, they had plenty of time to do it, so I don't know, maybe there probably is some errata somewhere that really that explains, or maybe I'm misremembering. But how can we stop these things?
You said you brought me here for a reason. Tell me what I need to do.
The conduit is the key. Before the Reapers attacked, we Protheans were on the cusp of unlocking the mysteries behind mass relay technology. Ilos was a top-secret facility. Here, researchers worked to create a small-scale version of a mass relay, one that linked directly to the Citadel, the hub of the relay network.
The conduit's not a weapon. It's a backdoor into the Citadel.
And of course, the people who made the backdoor for other reasons, Saren's going to use it for his own nefarious purposes. So, well, yeah, they didn't find you?
How did you manage to stay hidden?
All official records of our project were destroyed in the initial attack on the Citadel. While the Prothean Empire came crashing down, Ilos was spared. We severed all communication with the outside, and our facility went dark. The personnel retreated underground into these archives. To conserve resources, everyone was put into cryogenic stasis. I was programmed to monitor the facility and wake the staff when the danger had passed. But the genocide of an entire species is a long, slow process. Years passed, decades, centuries. The Reapers persisted, and my energy reserves were dwindling.
Well, if you can't already assume what's going to happen, there you go. But I guess, yeah, obviously it would take centuries, but I'm just like, I'm saying with how methodical it is, even with shutting themselves off and everything, you think the Reapers would have checked every planet anyway. But then again, space is space. We have yet to figure out like how far it goes. Is it infinite, or is there a wall somewhere? Which we humans will never find that out. At least it would take millions of years for us to find out if there's anything like that, because I doubt there is. I bet it's just an expansive space that goes on forever. Kind of crazy to think that when you believe it. So they probably just took whatever they saw there and called it a day after like a couple hundred years. But I guess now that I think about it, I mean, the game explains it, but I guess now that I think about it, it does make sense that the Reapers wouldn't find everything just because of how massive space is, and, you know, how far they could have traveled and everything like that. They just went by their records and everything. So you just hid. What'd you do? You were cowards.
You should have fought.
We were a few hundred against a galactic invasion fleet. Our only hope was to remain undetected. I began to disable the life support of non-essential personnel. First support staff, then security. One by one, their pods were shut down to conserve energy. Eventually, only the stasis pods of the top scientists remained active. Even these were in danger of failing when the Reapers finally retreated back through the Citadel relay.
There were hundreds of stasis pods out there. You just shut them down? You killed them?
Well, it kind of reminds me of HAL 9000 or whatever. Can't let you do that, Dave. We need to keep the ship going. So, yep, off your power goes. So, yeah, pretty much. Yeah, that's monstrous. You betrayed them. It was necessary.
You couldn't let everyone die. Better to sacrifice some so others could live.
This outcome was not completely unforeseen. My actions were a result of contingency programming entered on my creation.
I bet they didn't tell the non-essential staff about this contingency.
I saved key personnel. When the Reapers retreated, the top researchers were still alive. My actions are the only reason any hope remains. When the researchers woke, they realized the Prothean species was doomed. there were only a dozen individuals left, far too few to sustain a viable population. Yet they vowed to find some way to stop the Reapers from returning, a way to break the cycle forever, and they knew the Keepers were the key.
Okay, so so with them surviving, it kind of explains how we have the messages. Okay, sorry, I forgot this little detail. My bad. As much as I play this game, I've forgotten small snippets of information or whatever. But yeah, I wonder if now could this have been the same on Ilos, or could any other planets have had situations like this? I wonder if someone else could have survived, like some other character that just conveniently somehow survives the situation because, you know, they wanted to sell, you know, extra content based on that. No, they wouldn't have done something stupid like that now, would they? The Keepers are the key, huh? Well, what about the conduit?
I still don't understand what's going on here. Why is Saren trying to find the conduit?
The conduit gives him access to the Citadel and the Keepers. The Keepers are controlled by the Citadel. Before each invasion, a signal is sent through the station compelling the Keepers to activate the Citadel relay. After decades of feverish study, the scientists discovered a way to alter this signal. Using the conduit, they gained access to the Citadel and made the modifications. This time, when Sovereign sent the signal to the Citadel, the Keepers ignored it. The Reapers are trapped in dark space.
So we could have already been wiped out, but thanks to the Prothean scientists who survived before they died, they were able to keep us alive because they stopped the signal from happening. So thanks for that. So unless Saren succeeds, how can they come back?
Saren must have some plan to undo everything you did.
The one you call Saren will use the conduit to bypass the Citadel's defenses. Once inside, he will transfer control of the station to Sovereign. Sovereign will override the Citadel systems and manually open the relay, and the cycle of extinction will begin again.
Yeah, that's the. I wonder how Saren. I wonder how they knew Sovereign. Maybe Sovereign. I'm kind of wondering now. I guess that's why he was at the beacons. Yeah, that's why. So, like, because the Sovereign knew about the Protheans before, so he's probably thinking, oh, they stopped my signal. Let's see how they did that. And then he found out about by indoctrinating some people. I think, if I remember, it's either in one of the books, like the book where Anderson runs into Saren or something. I think it explained, like, I think Saren was like one of the first major people to run across Sovereign during a mission. And so he was the first, like, I don't know if he was the first new indoctrination in this, but he was one of the big ones too. And because of his knowledge of the Council and everything like that, he took advantage of that. So, and then he learned about the Protheans, and he's like, oh, let's go find these, let's see if we can find some hidden Prothean stuff. And then he found out about the beacon on Eden Prime, found out that Liara had been studying it from the matriarch who learned about Saren, and yeah, it all ties in together very well. I mean, yeah, it comes to this part where we finally realize it, and some of the stuff isn't explained, but it seems to be pretty obvious from guesswork and all this other stuff. So yeah, I like how it all works out when you finally put all the clues together, like how he's able to figure out about the back door and everything like that, or how to find a way to figure that out. So can you help me? Just tell me what to do. Not this time.
I'll take Sovereign down. Somehow.
There's a data file in my console. Take a copy when you go. When you reach the Citadel's master control unit, upload it to the station. It will corrupt the Citadel's security protocols and give you temporary control of the station. It might give you a chance against Sovereign.
Wait, where's the Citadel's master control unit? I've never heard of anything like that.
Through the conduit. Follow Saren. He will lead you to your destination.
I wouldn't be surprised if it's like in the Citadel Council space or Citadel Council room or something like that. So, yeah, let's ask him some questions before we leave. Sovereign?
If the Reapers are trapped in dark space, how did Sovereign get here?
It is logical to assume the Reapers would leave one of their own behind after each extinction. A sentinel to pave the way for their inevitable return. Like those in dark space, Sovereign probably spent most of the last 50,000 years in a state of hibernation. Periodically, it would wake to analyze the situation. Keeping its existence hidden, it would evaluate the state of galactic civilization. And when the time was right, it would signal the Citadel and usher in the next Reaper invasion. But this time the signal failed. The Keepers did not respond. Sovereign's allies were trapped in the void. Alone, it was forced to try and discover what had gone wrong.
They could, yeah, I was best to say, why wait for it? Just attack. They probably have enough resources to wipe us all out anyway.
Sovereign's the largest ship in the galaxy. Why all this secrecy? Why not just attack the Citadel?
Sovereign is not invincible. Revealing its true nature would have united the forces of every organic species against it. Even a Reaper couldn't survive such odds. But the Reapers are patient. They will not rush into the unknown. Sovereign could have been planning this for centuries, moving deliberately, gathering allies. Slowly, it has assembled the pieces of the puzzle, working through agents to keep itself hidden. Saren is the most visible pawn of the Reapers, but I doubt he was the first. Now Sovereign has grown bold. Whether from confidence or desperation, I cannot say. But it is determined to reopen the portal to dark space.
It's kind of weird that Sovereign would go desperate with how long they've been doing this and how many years. You think they would just have waited a bit longer or something like that, or maybe the plans left, they would just start again, a few hundred years later or something like that. But I guess, I don't know. That's the only problem with giving the Reapers kind of almost a even though they're machines, they still have like a sense of like I said, desperation. You think they'd be cold and methodical the whole time, so what would that matter? But I don't know. I guess it's good that they're not purely machine, because then they could be, they can maybe be, well, I mean, they're living machines, but you know what I mean. They're not so machine-like that they can't be outsmarted the obvious way, like a virus to their system or something like that. But I'm not sure what I'm going with here. I'm just saying I almost wish the Reapers were more alien than they already were. So that would be even more scary, but anyway, beacons?
What about the beacon on Eden Prime? And the one on Vauldemare? What were they for?
At our apex, the beacons spanned the breadth of our empire. We used them as a single galaxy-wide network to transmit data and communications rapidly from world to world. Virtually all the beacons were destroyed during the invasion, but once the Reapers were gone, the survivors here on Ilos decided to risk sending out a message. We knew it was unlikely there were other survivors, but if there were, we wanted them to know about Ilos. We wanted to give them hope, so a message was sent across the network.
And of course, that might almost be our downfall, but the one thing the Reapers didn't plan for was Commander goddamn Shepard. Quite the risk.
You could have exposed yourself to the Reapers.
In truth, we didn't expect any of the beacons would still function, but we had to try. If there were survivors, we had to reach them. The message was meant for our own people. It was coded so only organic beings could interpret it. We still didn't understand the power of Reaper indoctrination. We never realized it could lead an agent of the machines, like Saren, to this world. But it has also led you here. So perhaps we did not fail after all.
I think even after all this time, indoctrination still doesn't have it's still talked about, like, for those who still care about that anyway, about like the specifics of it, the theories and stuff like that. I mean, 3 basically tells you what it is, but for the longest time, people had a lot more interesting theories about that, but usually the one that actually ends up being in the game isn't as interesting as the theories are, but, well, anyway. Keepers?
So when the Reapers created the Citadel, they created the Keepers as well?
A more likely scenario is that the Keepers were one of the early harvested civilizations, perhaps the very first. Perhaps they responded well to indoctrination, or the Reapers simply bred them to be obedient. In any case, they were left behind to operate and maintain the Citadel. But the Keepers are no longer directly controlled by Sovereign or its ilk. They evolved so that they only respond to the signals emitted by the Citadel itself. When the Protheans altered the Citadel's signals, they broke Sovereign's hold over the Keepers. Now, they are completely harmless.
Okay, so the game does explain that the Keepers were like one of the first indoctrinated. I think in the later games that, well, no, I guess that's it. I was thinking of some other theory, but no, I guess the game explains it. Okay. Well, I guess you have to. This is basically the exposition machine for all intents and purposes, so that explains the gap.
Sovereign must have realized that organic races were difficult to control.
A likely hypothesis. The Keepers evolved in an unanticipated direction. Non-organic servants like the Geth would be more predictable.
Haha, you're predictable. Thanks, Tali, and your race for making the Geth. God. What can your people not do to screw up things, Prothean scientists?
What happened to the survivors from the Conduit project?
They used the conduit to gain access to the Citadel, but the conduit is only a prototype. The portal only links in one direction, so they were trapped on the station. I do not know what became of them then. It is unlikely they found any food or water on the station. I fear they suffered a slow, grim death. I only know they succeeded in their mission to seal the relay. Your presence here proves their sacrifice was not in vain.
Man, to think to pop in a place like the Citadel, like where you see it as, but when it was beforehand, it was just this empty station that didn't produce anything on its own, other than like maybe the power to keep the base around or something like that, but it didn't produce food or anything like that, because that's all based off, you know, groups coming in and transporting food and all this other stuff. So yeah, that would, I don't know, I don't even know what to think about, like living in places cultural as scientifically advanced as the Citadel, but not being able to eat anything there. It's like, great, well that doesn't help me live. So all right, thanks for all the exposition. Let's get out of here.
Saren's got enough of a head start. Grab that data file and let's go.
The one you call Saren has not reached the conduit. Not yet. There is still hope if you hurry.
Yeah, we get renegade options for, I forgot which choice it is. I think it's like the cowards option or something like that. But anyway, Vigil basically shuts it off after that for getting our info. You get Lace have anything to say?
My people once tried to find this world.
All right. Well, yes, we know about your people feeling unwelcome. They're welcome everywhere, okay? Okay? They're gypsies or Romanese or whatever you want to call them.
I wouldn't.
Okay, we're not going to touch anything. So anyway, after we get that, we get we find the conduit. Mission gets completed. The conduit is actually a small mass relay that will let you bypass the Citadel's defenses. Saren and his troops have already gone through. You had to follow them before it's too late. And then the race against conduit thing updates. Save the Citadel. Saren has used the conduit to get onto the Citadel. You have to stop him from transferring control of the Citadel to Sovereign. Well, thanks to Vigil, we now have a chance to get into the Citadel and stop Saren and the Reapers. Will Commander Shepard and his crew get to the Citadel in time to stop Saren from summoning the Reapers through to destroy all of civilization? Find out next time in the finale of Mass Effect. Thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.